I don't usually share dreams, but this one that I had was so vivid and kept returning to my mind. I realized it was significant, and the more I think about it and what I'm going to share with you, it's almost kind of symbolic of why we are where we're at today. And in this dream, I had returned to the huge grocery conglomerate that I worked for, one of the biggest in America, also one of the most godless, I will say, but I don't give a name because that's not necessary because they're all pretty much the same. They really are. And when I went to the store, it was very well lit. It was a very sunny day, and I remember it was very bright in the store, and that was interesting. But and I don't look for symbolism and everything either. I don't. But when it's in your face, it's in your face. And the people in the store, some I recognized actually from when I worked there, and but most I didn't. They were gathered around the customer service counter, and they were all complaining, and they were complaining about the injustices, how they were being unfairly treated, and poorly paid, et cetera, et cetera. And yes, that is true. That is the case. That is the case in a lot of retail. I would probably say it's across board. Um, you know what it says about a just wage? The person who deprives the laborer of his just wage is one of the sins that cries to heaven for vengeance. Actually, um, but I always felt when I worked at this conglomerate that my insurance made up for my very poor hourly wage because it was good insurance, I have to say. But in any case, that's a digression. What was happening is I could see clearly that these people were very unhappy, and just I wasn't working there. I was just a visitor, and I went right up to them though. And I said, "Just imagine what if this business were run the way Jesus would run it." I might as I might as well have said, "What if Mickey Mouse came through the door right now? What would you do?" I mean, the looks of blank amazement. But then, as I started to explain, I said, "Would he deprive you of a just wage? Would he give you unfair treatment? Would he let you be abused? Would he?" And one of the things they used to do when I was working is they would try to set traps for you, literally try to get you to steal. Isn't that nasty? They'd leave a $5 bill hmm in the aisle, and if you didn't turn it in, well, you were on camera. See, I don't know if they got fired, but it was just they were testing your honesty. In any case, that's not right. It's not right, and it's underhanded, and that's the way the world works. That's not how Jesus would operate. Bottom line was there was no comprehension of how different it could be if it was operated according to Jesus's way. And it's been like that so long in this country, and people just don't realize it. We have been giving only lip service to Jesus. He's the Sunday Jesus, one day a week Jesus. He didn't come into our lives. He didn't influence our behavior, our daily behavior. In fact, the opposite. We went the opposite. We'd go to work and we'd gossip and we'd carry on and we'd other things that went on. You know about, but you don't want me to tell you about. It's everywhere. Pack of little liars. The whole country. A bunch of deceivers and prayer mouthers, meaningless dribble. No wonder. No wonder we got to where we are. Because it wasn't real. None of it was real. Faith wasn't real. The practice of faith was obscure. It didn't mix. It didn't mix with the world, see? It didn't bring Jesus into the marketplace. You certainly don't now. You couldn't talk about Jesus. Oh yeah, you talked about Jesus. You got hauled in front of the office. You did. I just, I mean, now I just, I'd be off. I'd be turning tables over and everything. But back then, I was timid. And I did have an idea. I had some godliness about me, but not enough courage to stand up for it. Now I would. But this was a whole society, from the schools to the institutions, you name it. Don't pretend that one was holier than another because they might salute a flag or some nonsense. Ridiculous, had no meaning at all. And it makes me upset because we pretended to be one nation under God. Nah, no. If we were ever, it wasn't in my lifetime. That's for sure. But I'm sharing this dream because there was a complete disregard for what I was saying, because a disbelief. They put their heads down. It's like, what are you talking about? There's no way you could have that kind of thing. And they're right, because we're so far away. We went so far left field from the way God wanted us to live. Frankly, it's a miracle this nation still stands.